Can you solve for x in this unique math question, x to the power of 3 minus x to the power of 2 equal to 48? We're asked to look for the value of x. Now, can you solve this? It looks pretty difficult, but then we can make it easy as we work out the solutions together. Join me as we solve this. Now, looking at this expression very well, you notice one unique thing, that I can simply replace 48, right? I can easily replace 48. And if I have 64 subtracting 16, I can get 48. So does that mean that that means that I can easily replace 48 with 64 and 16, because 64 and 16 are perfect cubes and perfect squares for x to the power of 3 and x to the power of 2. Now let's look at that. If we look at that, we can easily simplify this. So that solution is going to give me x to the power of 3 minus x to the power of 2, and this will be equal to 64 minus 16. Now, if you look at 64 and 16 very well, you come to find out that these two can simply be equal. 64 and 62 can simply be equal to 64 can be equal to 64 is a perfect cube, so it can be what? 4 to the power of 3, and then 16 can be equal to a perfect square, which is 4 to the power of 2. Now, if we replace them to that equation, we'll have that equation to become x to the power of 3 minus x to the power of 2 equal to 4 to the power of 3 minus 4 to the power of 2. Great. Now, this has made the equation very easy for us to play around with. So we are going to collect these terms, and if we correct these terms, we're going to have x to the power of 3. If this comes over here, this will become negative 4 to the power of 3, right? Minus x to the power of 2. If this comes over here, it becomes positive 4 to the power of 2, and this will be equal to 0. Great. Now, if we simplify this, we are going to come to a very good expression. If we simplify this, we're going to have this expression to become x to the power of 3 minus 4 to the power of 3. Follow me as we go about solving this. And this is going to give us negative, right? If I put this in a bracket, I'll have x to the power of 2. And this sign will no longer be positive, because negative multiply negative give us positive. And then we'll have this to become what? 4 to the power of 2, and all of these will be equal to 0. Great. Now, at this point, we can be able to simplify. Now, if we simplify this, what do we have? We'll simplify this, we are going to have a simpler expression. But then let's take our mind back to algebraic expression. Algebraic expression or formulas can make this easier for us. Now, from algebraic formulas, remember we have a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3. This can simply be equal to a minus a multiplied by a square plus AB plus B square. Now that is for the cube aspect. Now let's look at the square aspect. If you have a square minus b square, this can simply be equal to a minus b, and this will be equal to a plus what? Plus b. Great. Now, if we apply that to this and this, it will make the expression a bit simpler for us. Now, if we apply that, we are going to have that expression to now give us x minus 4, because from that whole expression, we'll see that our a is equal to x and then our b is equal to 4. Now, if we look at that very well, we're going to have this whole expression to give us this, and then we'll have what? X squared plus 4x, right? Plus 4 square, right? And this would be minus, we'll have x minus 4, and then we'll have x plus 4, and all of this is equal to 0. Great. Now at this point, we're going to do what? We're going to simplify. If we simplify this, we're going to simplify this. If we simplify this, you note that x minus 4 and x minus 4 are two variables in this expression. Then we'll bring one out, and then we'll have x minus 4, right? And all of these will be what? X squared plus 4x plus 4 square, right? And this will be what? This will be subtracting, because we'll have a subtraction there. This will be subtracting x what? X plus 4 in bracket, and all of these will be equal to 0. Great. Now, simplifying this further, we're going to have in the next step x minus 4, and all of these will become x squared plus 4x plus, this is going to be 16. 4 square will give us 4 times 4, which is 16. This negative will multiply everything in the bracket. Negative times positive x will give us negative x. Negative times positive 4 will give us negative 4. And then we'll have all of these to be equal to 0. Great. Now we have to simplify by collecting the like terms in the bracket. This is going to give us x minus 4 in a bracket, and all of this is going to give us x squared, right? Plus 4x minus x is going to give us a positive 3x, because x is 4x is greater than x. Now we have plus 16 minus 4 is going to give us a positive what? A positive 12. And all of this is going to be equal to 0. So what do we do from here? We are gonna simplify. So if we simplify this, we are using this more of a zero product rule. We'll have x minus 4 to be equal to 0. And then we'll have x squared plus 3x plus 12 to be equal to 0. So having x minus 4 to be equal to 0, we can simply find the value of x. And if we find the value of x here, you will simply see that x is equal to 4, because 4 will come over the crossover equal to sign to becomes a positive what? A positive 4. Great. Now on this other side, we can be able to find out the other two expression by using the quadratic formula. Now, if we want to use the quadratic formula, we'll have to compare this expression to ax squared plus bx plus c, and this will be equal to 0. So from this expression, your a is equal to 1, right? Your b is equal to 3, and if you compare them by comparison, your c is equal to 12. So with that, we can use the quadratic formula to find the value of x, which is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac AC divided by 2A. Now, if we simplify this, we're going to have the values of x, the other two values of x. So the value of our x here will be equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 square minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 12, and all of these will be divided by 2 multiplied by 1. So if we simplify this, we're going to have that expression to become x equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is going to give us 48, right? And all of these will be divided by 2. So if 9 subtract 48, what are we going to have? We'll have our x to be equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 subtracting 48 is going to give us a negative 39, right? And all of these will be divided by 2. So what do we have? The value of our x will be equal to negative 3 plus or minus. We are going to separate the negative and the positive numbers, and this will give us 39 multiplied by negative 1, right? And all this will be divided by 2. Now, if you bring this together, you're going to see it's going to give you a negative 39. So we're going to have this to become the value of our x equal to negative 3 plus or minus negative 39 square root of negative 39 multiplied by the square root of negative 1. The rules of square and square root permits me to do that. So I will do that, and that will give me this. The value of my x will now be equal to negative 3 plus or minus negative square root of 39. Now let's take aside the square root of negative 1. Now remember, according to complex number, the square root of negative 1 is what? Negative I is I, because if you multiply, if you look for the conjugates, these are just I, which what? Which is complex number. So negative 1 is I, and we'll have to replace that with our what? With our I here, and all of these will be divided by 2. So remember, initially we've already gotten the value of our x, which we will take as our x1 to be equal to 4. So our x2 will be this complex number, which is a complex solution, negative 3 plus the square root of 39i divided by 2, and then our x3 will be equal to negative 3 minus the square root of 39i divided by 2. And these are the solutions we get for that questions given to us up there. Great. I know you did enjoy watching this math solution. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and colleagues, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more simplified math content. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye for now.